So when you left Arafah heading to Muzdalifah, immediately you arrive Muzdalifah, you're going to pray Maghrib and Isha'i together, okay? Maghrib 3 raka'ah, Isha'i you pray 2 raka'ah, okay? 1 azan, 2 iqama. For the ladies, you can just do your iqama and start your prayer. Then you pass the night in that place. You're going to sleep in Muzdalifah, except those that are weak or the children. They can go to Mina. It's allowed. The prophets excuse them. But for the people that are eligible, that are strong, they should pass the night there in Muzdalifah. Then the next morning for Fajr, you are going to pray your Fajr prayer in Muzdalifah there. You observe your 2 rak'ah for Fajr prayer at Muzdalifah. Then after praying your Fajr prayer, you go to the place known as where Mash'ar al-Haram, the present day Masjid Mash'ar al-Haram. That is the sacred area where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood after observing Fajr prayer and supplicates to Allah. He remembered Allah, he glorified him, and he did a lot of what? Takbir. In that word, Muzdalifah there. The Mash'ar al-Haram is inside the Muzdalifah. Just like Allah said in the glorious Quran, فَإِذَا أَفَضْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ عِندَ الْمَشْعَرِ الْحَرَامِ وَاذْكُرُوهُ كَمَا هَدَاكُمْ وَإِن كُنتُم مِّن قَبْلِهِ لَمِنَ الضَّالِّينَ. You should remember Allah at where Mash'ar al-Haram. That is the present day Masjid Mash'ar al-Haram. They have erected a mosque to mark the place where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood and supplicated to Allah Azza wa Jalla. So the Prophet faced Qibla. He stood there supplicating to his Lord. He stood there supplicating. Immediately after the Fajr prayer, he was supplicating the while facing the Qibla till when everywhere was cleared, like till dawn when everywhere was cleared. So after everywhere was cleared, he left. You are going to leave Muzdalifah before sunrise, heading to where? To Mina or to Jamarat. You are going to pass Mina before you get to Jamarat. So while in Muzdalifah, you can pick your 7 pebbles. That is the day of Eid. You are going to pick your 7 pebbles. That is 7 stones, small ones, from Muzdalifah there. If you forget, you can pick it from Mina. Okay, so you can put the 7 stones in your pocket, or if you have an empty can of water that you drank from, you can put the 7 stones inside the can, okay, and you head to Jamarat. While going, you are going to leave there before sunrise. That is the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So while going, you continue saying your labbaik Allahumma labbaik down to the ending. Then when you arrive at Jamarat, you're not going to stone the first one. The first pillar you see there is the small one. Then the next one is the middle one. You're going to stone the what? The last one, known as what? Jamarat al-Aqaba or Kubra, which is the big pillar, is what you are going to stone on the day of Eid. So for each stone, you are going to say Allahu Akbar. Then you throw Allahu Akbar. You throw the second one until you completed the 7 throw. Don't use your shoe to stone. Don't use umbrella. Don't refuse to use condemn bag, condemn slippers. That's not the sunnah. We are only allowed to make use of us just small stone, not umbrella, not shoe, not handbag. Please don't do that practice there, and be careful not to push others. After stoning the Jamarat al-Aqaba, which is the big pillar, which is the one closer to Makkah, with the 7 stones while saying your takbir, don't stop there and supplicate again. You have to leave immediately. Okay? Then after leaving, some pilgrims will go to Makkah for their tawaf al-ifada and the sa'i for Hajj. Okay, if required for the sa'i. Then while some will come back to Mina to offer their what? Sacrificial animal. For those in Hajj Samato, you know that you are going to sacrifice what? The animal. I don't know, some states paid through the government, while some are going to pay individual. So it depends on your arrangement with those that you move it. So when you arrive Mina, you are going to offer the sacrificial animal, which is your hadiyah. Then you are going to work. For the men, you now shave your hair. After shaving your hair, you go and take your bath. The ladies will just cut, just what, like I said earlier, just small something from the length of their hair. Then they take their bath wear a nice cloth. Now you are partially out of ihram. Everything that was forbidden for you to do before while ihram, you can do them now. Apply perfume, except what sexual relationship or marital affairs. You can no longer do them because you are not fully out of ihram. Now, after putting on your clothes, you can now go to Makkah and go and do your tawaf al-ifadah and the sa'i for Hajj. The tawaf and the sa'i. Once you have done those 5 things on the 10th of Zulhijjah, you're fully out of ihram. Every restrictions on you are now be lifted. Some used to delay it till on the 13th or after leaving Mina. But if you do your own on the 10th of Zulhijjah, you're fully out of ihram. Okay?